On tonight's show, we talk about a driving anime that isn't Initial D. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, welcome back to the show that gets you drunker, the show that gets you fatter, and the show that makes you faster. Tonight we're going to talk about a little-known anime from the early 2000s called ExDriver. And this is one I'm almost positive you haven't heard about. And tonight we're going to enjoy a little bit of the Red's Apple Ale. So, Kampai, let's get this started. So our story takes place in the future. A future that is ruled by AI cars. And they are cars that are self-driving cars. In fact, regular petrol cars, just say gasoline, are illegal and they're not driven by anybody. However, what ends up happening in this world is that these AI cars go haywire. Seemingly all the time. They're kind of actually the villain of the story almost. And that's where our team of ExDrivers comes in. ExDrivers, again, it is a very short 6-episode, we would call them an OVA, but I would just say it's a short series that came out in the summer of 2000. The summer of 2000, those shining golden college years of early anime for me. But it was an amazing type thing because it actually came out in that perfect time where Americans were being exposed to anime. However, it really didn't get a lot of exposure in the United States. Now, it did, of course, run those 6 episodes. Then there was a movie, kind of a short movie. It's only about 60 minutes. Then there's a couple of other shorts and OVAs and things like that. So there's a little bit of content out there for it. And, of course, there was a manga that ran beforehand. The creator of ExDriver is Kyosuke Fujishima, who you might know from some other really great series from that time, such as You're Under Arrest, which I absolutely recommend. I think I may do an old man anime segment on that, and the classic Oh My Goddess. And once you know those two things, you'll realize that the creator is passionate about vehicles to a almost obsessive point. The passion this person has for cars, automobiles, bikes is absolutely apparent in every illustration in these. So let's get back to the story itself. Our story focuses mostly on 3 high school students. Now, they are ex-drivers. Now, what is an ex-driver? An ex-driver is someone who is deployed when these AI cars go haywire, these robo-cars go off the rails. These guys show up in their mechanical, old-school gasoline cars, and they slide around and do drifts and try to corral these cars in. So as specially licensed agents, they use their advanced racing skills to bring these haywire vehicles under control. Now, namely, the way that they do that is by shooting a sticky goo onto the sensors. Get your mind out of the gutter. And that brings those vehicles to a halt. The vehicles themselves are excellent, and again, each character has their signature vehicle. Our 3 characters are Lisa, Lorna, and Soichi. Now, they have an incredible array of vehicles. Our author was clearly a Lotus fan, so a Lotus Europa Special is in there. Soichi drives a Caterham Super 7, which is a callback, or you could say clone or redo of the original Lotus 7. And then there's also one of my favorite cars that's ever been made, the Lancia Stratos, which, if you're a Transformers fan, is actually Wheeljack. In case anybody if you want to put a reference to it, that's actually Wheeljack is a Lancia Stratos. So it's a beautiful car. I'm going to put images of it here because I love it. So, but you're gonna love that part of it. There's also a souped-up Miata. There is a Impreza WRC. There's some Porsches later on. There's a great Ducati motorcycle scene. You're really going to like this anime if you like cars and you like things like Initial D. This has a much lighter feel to it. The plot is fun. It's not just a typical racing anime. It's got some other fun things about it. And I don't want to ruin any of the plot, so I can't say too much or else it actually ruins it. It's only 6 episodes, and I've actually seen it out there for free in a bunch of places. The movie itself, I think you can pick it up on eBay for $6 to $10, something like that, brand new. So that's worth picking up just because it was so hard to get back in the day. So absolutely check out ExDrivers. There's tons of drifting. There's tons of comedy. It's about a PG-13 rating as far as what I would give it. But if you're a fan of cars, if you're a fan of Initial D, then you're really going to like this. So check that one out. We'll be back. I'm going to try another one of these really short episodes. Keep in mind we might have some other things coming up here pretty soon that I want to show you. Some additional unboxings, some additional projects that we're working on. So stay tuned for those. As always, comment below on what you want to see, and comment below if you've seen this anime or if you have some other ones that you want me to do a review on. I would absolutely love to do that. It's been a pleasure talking anime with you. Kanpai.